if the governor appears to know who were responsible for some of these problems, how come those people have not been called in for questioning or for statements? But on the face of it, this looks like a very imprudent use of public resources, because on the consent, we can trace about 1 billion. I think 600 million plus another 400 million that has been paid for salaries. But we have no visibility on the project implementation cost, because I believe these guys must have charged something at inception. They always do. They will always charge you for software. They'll always charge you for licenses. I'm not seeing those captured in the consent, but I believe that the total cost exceeds the 1 billion that we are seeing here. So we'll be requesting for further detailed breakdown of all the expenditure that has been incurred on raindrops, because it appears it is more than 1 billion Kenya shillings. Governor, the last time you appeared before us, we advised you to terminate this unhealthy arrangement. At least you have reported progress, even though members still have questions around the prudence and propriety of that consent. But at least we have stopped a bad thing. We have stopped a bad arrangement. Now, did we stop it badly? Did we stop a bad arrangement badly? Now, that would be the next question that this committee will be looking into. But it's not a joke. It's 1 billion Kenya shillings. And sometimes it might lead people to think that some counties are having excess money. When we see this kind of arrangement, it makes it very difficult for us as senators to keep fighting for additional resources to counties. Because if one county could pay 1 billion shillings to a phantom or a mysterious service provider, surely how much can 1 billion shillings do in a county like Kilifi? So members, we will make our deliberations. When we come to Kilifi for Senate Mashinani, we'll probably expound on this matter further. And if possible, we need to bring raindrops to Kilifi. We need to tell the people of Kilifi, these are the guys who have taken 1 billion from you over the years. And let the people of Kilifi tell us whether they supplied air or they supplied some service. We might be sitting here infuriated, na pengine watu wa Kilifi are very happy. So let's pursue this further when we go to Kilifi for the Senate Mashinani. By that time, we'll have talked to the Eacc, we'll have done further inquiry on the matter. I think we'll have done the CR12s, and we'll be able to summon the right people. The people who pocketed this 1 billion, if for nothing else, they must be seen by the residents of Kilifi when we come. Members?
Chair, now that you're giving direction, I think this is one matter that we need. Let's summon Eacc here at the highest level. They give us a report, because the law allows us to do that. They give us a report on where they are with investigations, because this is actually a scandal. This is a scandal. Let them tell us where they are with investigations. They will even be better placed to tell us who are the directors of this company, because they can even access the bank accounts, Chair. So for the answer, let us fix a date with the Eacc. We get the director, the chairman, bishop. They come and give us an update on where these investigations have reached, Chairman.
Okay. I think, Chair, you have put that matter very well, because this is misprudent use of money meant for Kilifi people. I think I agree with the senior councilman that we can't just let 1 million go like that without 1 billion, sorry, without knowing exactly where this money is. Let's put some of the Eacc, let's bring them on board. Let them tell us exactly where this money is and who are these people who are supposed now to be accountable. Now that the governor mentions a few names around, I think now that you're going to Kilifi, we must go with that report, because the people from Kilifi would want to know where is their 1 billion for those people who run services without any responsibility.
Chair, in addition, since the OAG had done a special audit in 2022, I think before the consent was done, we request Muriuki to we can do an in-house briefing while we are on our en route to Kilifi. Then we agree as we look at the recommendation vis-a-vis now that the consent came after the special audit by OAG. Then if possible, we also invite the OAG at the highest level so that they can be able to tell us further details. I know the OAG report is somehow not comfortable to many people, but it's always the right report.
Okay, I think members we
So
are
a last question to the governor. It's a yes or no answer. Governor, did you see that audit, that special audit that was carried by the AG for the court? Did you see it?
No, it was only deposited in court.
Okay, let's proceed to the other issues in the report of the Auditor General.
Chair, there was one thing maybe before you close that matter, which you asked.
Yes, Governor.
If this rent drop issue was known by Kilifi residents. Yes. At one time when this company started, there were demonstrations in Kilifi County with borders and the public demanding rent drop to be removed from serving the people of Kilifi. All that evidence is there. So you can investigate further after that. Thank you very much.
So why did they demonstrate?
Because they were not happy with the services.
I think
it didn't make sense for the people of Kilifi that time.
To ensure that we are not in a position where we are making adverse findings on an entity that has not made presentations before us, it would be important for us to invite raindrops, because at this point in time, we are getting one side of the story. So that should be part of the build-up to the meetings you have suggested and the build-up to our engagement in Kilifi. Okay.
Chair, I'll plead when you invite raindrops, if you can also invite us.
No, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. We want to be fair.
Thank you, Chair.
We don't want to condemn you. We don't want to condemn raindrops or any other person without proper hearing. And I believe that the news or the reporting going out, in as much as we have there's been all this fury, but we can only settle it when we have had all the parties that have been mentioned and all the parties that have been engaged in this matter. So the next matter that we needed to deal with was unsupported receivables from non-exchange transactions balance. You may note we have skipped a few matters. We shall, whatever we are not able to deal with today, we will deal with at our next engagement. Auditor General, could you read your finding?
Thank you, Chair. Unsupported trade and other payables balance. The statement of financial position, and as disclosed in Note 31 to the financial statements, reflects a balance of Kenya shillings 11,928,765,229 in respect of trade and other payables. The balance includes trade payables of Kenya shillings 10,753,258,977 and employees payables of balance of Kenya shillings 1,175,506,252. The trade and other payables recorded an increase of Kenya shillings 5,740,699,993 from the opening balance of Kenya shillings 6,188,65,236. However, a reconciliation supporting the movement, including the opening balance, amount paid for the previous year balance, and payable balance for the year under review was not provided. In addition, the trade payables balance of Kenya shillings 10,753,258,977 schedule omitted critical details such as local purchase order, local service order numbers, suppliers' invoices, delivery note numbers, and date the contracts were signed, among other supporting documentation. Further, the report on pending bills verification at the departmental level, in line with the county executive's letter dated 29th August 2025, was not provided.
You have read two different paragraphs. I thought
Yes.
we were dealing with unsupported receivables from an exchange transactions.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Sorry, Chair. Unsupported receivables from non-exchange transactions balance. The statement of financial position as disclosed in note 22 to the financial.
Or members, now that he has read it out, we just deal with it? Yeah. Okay, fine. So let's start with unsupported trade and other payables balance. Had you gone to, I think there was just one
The last one.
sentence remaining?
In the circumstances, the accuracy and completeness and existence of trade and other payables balance of Kenya shillings 11,928,765,229 could not be confirmed. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, Governor, we could have your response on that, trade and other payables.
Sorry, Chair. Chair, the increase of pending bills by Kenya shillings 5,746,99, 5 billion, sorry, 740,699,993 in the year under review was occasioned by late exchequer release of the sum of Kenya shillings 4,540,414,966, which was received and paid in July 2025. These payments will be accounted for in the financial year ending on the 30th day of June 2026, in line with the actual accrual basis of accounting. Attaching hours of the second day of March 2026 at pages 254 to 279 as appendix number 10 is a schedule of the late exchequer releases showing the dates received and a list of pending bills that were paid in July 2025. Non-realization of some of the budgeted revenue in the sum of Kenya shillings 5,125,857,580. The table below shows the analysis of the unrealized revenues. Attaching hours of the second day of March 2026 at the page 280 as appendix number 10.1 is a detailed analysis of the unrealized revenue. The list of pending bills, which was annexed to the financial statements, had a summary on the first page that showed the movement of the pending bills. Tabulated below is the summarized reconciliation of the movement of the pending bills during the year. The trade payables report totaling to the sum of Kenya shillings 10,753,258,977 has been updated to include the previously missing details, i.e. local purchase order, stock local service order numbers, suppliers, invoices, delivery notes, numbers, and dates. Date the contracts were signed. Concerning the county executive's letter dated the 29th day of August 2025, tasking the internal auditors to verify pending bills, on the 27th day of October 2025, the county government reassigned this role to the Accounts Payables Subcommittee, a subcommittee of the Project Coordination Committee on Transition from Cash Basis to Accrual Basis of Accounting. To avoid duplication of roles, attaching hours of the second day of March 2026 at pages 281 to 297 as appendix number 11 are copies of the transition from cash to accrual basis of accounting projects, coordination, committee appointment, letters and minutes of the Project Coordination Committee. Thank you, Chair.
Senator Lelegwe, you I noticed that you had not gone on record. My apologies. Please go on record.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Lelegu Tumbesi, Senator for Samburu, member of this committee.
Auditor General, let's get your response on that first before we ask questions.
Thank you, Chair. The matter is still outstanding, and if you could note, if you look at the statement of financial position, you'll note that receivables from exchange transactions, that is page 2, note 21 and note 22, you'll notice that the receivables from non-exchange, which is equitable share, was 33 from exchange transaction, that is on source revenue, was 333,690,033, and from non-exchange, which is equitable share, was 4,625,151,859, which comes to 49,558,841,892. If you compare with the pending bills growth, then there is an excess of 886